Alright, here's another one. Do-it-yourself AI tutorial. Now, this is going to be a little interesting because I'm going to play with this one. What I want to do is show everybody how I would take a 5-second AI video and make it longer to where it's extended to close to like 10 seconds. And there's different ways to do it. Or slow it down to where you can use it as a animated background. So this is just playing around. I was digging into some research to see if I can actually use this as an animated background because I use Razer Axon graphics and it has a mixture of animated graphics and static graphics. But couldn't find out. Well, actually, I am a part of the Windows Insider program, and you needed the Windows Insider version of Windows 11. And I don't have, well, I might have it, but because I purchased these laptops, they were already preloaded with Windows. So I don't have access to the Windows Insider version of Windows 11. I used to back around, I think it was like Windows 7, but I had to install that manual. But anyway, so this background that you see here, I actually was playing around with the concept for a website that I wanted to create with the same aesthetic. And I was borrowing from the original Xbox home screen and playing around with changing the old aesthetic to a newer, modern anime mech aesthetic. One of the AI models came up with this, which was amazing. It actually is exactly what I was looking for. So here's the original image, and of course I had to adjust the resolution. It was originally like, I think it was like 1060, it could have been like 1064 by 120, whatever. So I had to bring it into a graphics program and adjust it to the actual resolution of my laptop screen, which it's set at exactly, and if you look right here, it's set at exactly 2560 by 1440. So I have to change the resolution. It's not as easy as it sounds. You can screw it up if you don't know what you're doing in photo editors. So that was the first step. Then I brought it into one of my favorite AI generators. It's actually Chinese, called Kling AI. And I uploaded it, and then I created a prompt. This is the prompt right here. Slow rotate the center Xbox orb on a Y-axis 360 degrees. That's going to be this section here. Then I said slow motion rotate the background on the X-axis 360 degrees, which is, the back. Make the circular buttons pulse slowly, and those are the buttons. And I didn't even go into detail how I wanted to pulse, but I was just playing with it. It just gave me a 5-second output. I had about 46 credits. It used about 45 for this rendering. So this was the output. Okay, that's what it gave me, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. It's not the best, and if I buy more credits, I can go ahead and tweak the prompts, which again, I'm just playing with it. The reason why I'm not going to really tweak it is because the Xbox logo. Microsoft can come back and sue me for this, unless I agree to give it to them. They would want me to give it to them for free, probably. I don't know, whatever. But if I choose to, I can say, hey, look, I came up with a new Xbox updated home screen for, like, just say the next console. What do you think? Actually, that might be a good idea. Anyway, so once that is done, what you'll do is you'll take your video editor, whatever you choose. I'm going to use CapCut just because. Okay. CapCut is very popular on mobile devices. It's usually a go-to when it comes to a lot of the TikTok selfie avatar style images that a lot of people use, or just character images or effects. And of course, CapCut is part of ByteDance, so it's it's a standalone app that was offered. So it became very popular because you can do things really quickly with it, add all the effects, and in fact, CDance is becoming heavily used as far as short clip video, short stories, or video shorts, or whatever they want to make with storylines representing action, myth, fantasy, whatever. And they've been dropping some good stuff. Some of them anime mecha or live CGI mecha on Instagram. Anyway, so playing this back, you know, I uploaded already, but you want to play it back, check the speed. All right. You want to make sure your resolution is full, ratio is about what it needs to be. It says original, but you can, make sure it's the 16.9, I mean 16.9. So either way, it's original. So we'll leave it like that. Okay. Now, what I noticed is it kind of stops, man. That's a given because it's only 5 seconds. So you want to play with that. So to make it blend, you want to find a certain spot in the original video and then blend it in, whether you use a transition or we use a cut, whatever. But first things first, we want to slow this down. At least I want to slow it down. So what we're going to do is go to the speed tab, and we're going to drag the slider to about 0.5. Or you can type it. However you want to do it. It doesn't want to type. Let's try it again. There we go. All right. That will give us 10 seconds or 10.2 seconds. Okay, we play this back. That's not a bad speed. Not bad. Now, if you want it at the speed of the way the old Xbox played its background, you probably want to run it almost 20 seconds long. And that's 20 seconds right there. I'll give you a full view of your timeline. And to be honest, I think it ran slower than that, but you get the gist of it. Now, the problem with this is you probably will have to increase your frame rate. Right now, it's defaulted at 30 if I'm not mistaken, but when you output this, you're going to have to increase your frame rate. In fact, let's see here. It might give you some options. Let's see, video. Yes, so you'll have to increase your frame rate to 60 at least. That's the highest you can go. 1080p, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it may smooth out, okay? So again, let's play it back. And the other thing you may want to do, you may want to cut right when it starts. So when you have it appear to loop, it's looping fluid, okay? But we'll get to that later. Let's bring it up 15 seconds, just a little bit. Let's just do 4. It's about 12. That's a little too fast. Let's bring it. Let's do that. That's cool. All right. So the next thing you want to do is find your endpoint. It's like right in here. It matches this section here, and then it repeats here. So somewhere in here you want to find that point. That's going to be your point of transition. After that, let's see here. Going to what did I do with that option? Media, generate, space is yours. Now, a lot of times the options available are not entirely available. So I guess I'll have to do a copy paste. You would think that you would. Templates, transition. And I'm pretty sure they have a duplicate button somewhere. Transfer, add, extend. I'll find it later. But let's go ahead and do the select your video. Copy. Then you're gonna select paste. All right. Both are the same speed. So slide this out the way. Again, you want to find your endpoint, your middle point. It's going to be like right in this area. So right about here. So let's just say right about there. Okay, you want to shrink the end or minimize the end to that point. Okay. And I guess if you want to, go ahead and minimize right about where it starts to move and how it's kind of cropped as far as the time. The next thing you want to do is you want to reverse the time. So we have reverse. Actually, let's see here. Sometimes they'll have it in some of these options. Crop. I thought it was in one of these options. Extract over. Back on split screen. Okay, well, so we want to reverse it. And see how it looks like it's still moving forward. Now you got to think about those things. Motion, video, when you edit video, when you're doing video, motion is key. Motion. So you got to have the knowledge of motion transitions. And that's the only way it'll work. Okay. So now we want to find a middle ground with the starting point. So let's get it right about there because I believe its starting point is yes. So let's go right about here. We're going to drag this here. Okay. There you have it. Now we got to make it look smooth. Okay. So we're going to adjust where it's going to transition. Here, here, right. So this section here is the starting point. So we're going to bring the playhead right about there. Hopefully it's about where it could be. Still jumps. Let's zoom in a little bit. Now the only problem with this is it's a little stretched. So again, you're still gonna need transitions for this. But you can see it's close to where it needs to be. Now another thing you can do is you can maybe adjust when it spins. That was a big jump there. Alright, so let's bring it back some. I'll say it like right about, let's do it right about there, and then it'll reverse back. Let's try that. Spread that a little bit. That might be a little bit better, and then we can create a transition. So let's go ahead and minimize your first track. Bring your second track down. Okay. Now we're going to go to transitions. And what we're going to do, we're going to look at classic. Now classic usually has the typical transitions that you need. Like, all right, and here we go. Mix. Mix is a good one for a lot of things, because it will transition the two clips or the two videos smooth. So we're going to place that right there. You see how that looks pretty good. Now you can also extend the transition. You can make it longer just to see how it looks. See that? That was pretty cool. It gave it like a little stutter. So let's back out a little bit. And brought it right back around. Let's bring it in just a tad. Let's try that again. That wasn't too bad. We might stick with that. Okay, so now for the transitional loop, stops like right there. Okay, so again, let's start the beginning right where it begins to move. We're gonna minimize it here. Okay, and play the whole thing. Let's see if they'll loop it. Let's try and get it to loop at the end. It might stop. Yeah, it might stop. Okay. Now the only thing is it's going in the opposite direction. There's nothing you can do about that. But you get the idea. I mean, and you can throw a trend. You can actually use this if you want to. But yeah, well, what will happen is it will start from the beginning if you try to loop this. Now, I would probably kind of pull this in just a little. Like maybe like right then. And then go to the end. Yeah, that's not too bad. And we'll just leave it like that. So that would actually loop, especially if you have the loop option. And again, I'm not sure if they have it on here in the office. It's probably rotated. I don't see it. When, okay, so turn on linking, turn on preview access, turn off auto snapping. Yeah. So overall, that's how you take a 5-minute AI clip and extend it. It's just that simple. And you can actually loop a lot of short clips if you cut the timing just right at an endpoint and then a beginning point after you duplicate it and add a transition. Always, I do recommend, always use a mixed transition, or you can, go with a blur, whatever you feel like, but mix works best. And then you'll be able to run it to where it looks pretty smooth. It won't be the best, but depending on your animation, it'll look pretty smooth and pretty good. So hopefully that is helpful on how to actually, render an extended 5-second clip, especially if you're using free accounts. You have very limited tokens or points. This is one way you could, create music visualizers or like Spotify visualizers, which seem to be like no more than like 10 seconds. Ads, whatever, even TikTok visualizers. So that's how I would do it. Hopefully that's helpful. If you want to see more tutorials like this, just leave a comment in the comment section and I will drop more tutorials on how to extend 5-second AI video clips.